If John Tavares hadn't been hurt in Game 1, if Jake Muzzin hadn't been hurt in Game 6, if we didn't have horrible giveaways in overtime of Game 5 and Game 6, if Matthews and Marner had done anything, if It feels like a familiar spot to be addressing you the morning after the Toronto Maple Leafs have somehow blown another Game 7 in the first round. But here we are. It's familiar territory. My name is Jeff Dick, and it's time for another edition of Top 5 Tuesday. And if is the key word. You know, it's kind of funny. I plan these shows months in advance. Every show has been thought about weeks before it actually gets recorded. And on this day in my notebook, I had written, we're going to do the top 5 if songs. And perfectly, it comes right after a night of saying what if with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we're going to talk if songs on today's edition of Top 5 Tuesday, the top 5 if tunes in country. At number 5, If I Said You Had a Beautiful Body, Would You Hold It Against Me? The Bellamy Brothers and their number one hit from 1979. It was their first number one hit on the country charts. A few years earlier, Let Your Love Flow had been a number one hit, but on the pop charts. So this was the first time the Bellamy Brothers topped the country charts, and it continues to hold the record for the longest title of a number one hit in country music history. If I Said You Had a Beautiful Body, Would You Hold It Against Me? And it all comes from a classic line delivered by Groucho Marx on his old TV show, and it stuck with David Bellamy. He said, I gotta write a song using that line. He did just that. Was a huge hit for them, and it continues to be a favorite from the Bellamy Brothers. That's at number 5. At number 4, if you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band. Some great advice from Alabama was a number one hit for them in 1984. It was part of that string where every song they released became a number one hit, just consecutive number one after number one. This was the 14th straight single released by Alabama that hit number one on the country charts, and also alludes to several other great country songs in it. It talks about Faded Love by Bob Wills, Louisiana Man by Doug Kershaw, but it provides great advice for every musical act heading to the Lone Star State. If you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band. That's at number 4. At number 3, If Tomorrow Never Comes, a huge hit for Garth Brooks that was released back in 1989, and a song that I think speaks to so many people. When you look at the people you love in your life and you always wonder, if tomorrow I was gone, would they know how much I love them? Imploring you to tell the people in your life how you feel about them while you have the chance. If Tomorrow Never Comes, one of the best from Garth Brooks. That's at number 3. At number 2, If I Were a Carpenter, Johnny Cash and June Carter, a great duet between a husband and wife here on what was an absolutely tremendous song written by Tim Hardin. He had a hit with it in 1967. Johnny and June did a version in 1970. They took it all the way up to number 2 on the country charts, and it's going to be number 2 on our list of if songs in country. Anytime Johnny and June get their hands on a duet, it's going to be absolutely incredible, and they do a great job with this one, asking that question that if things weren't as good as they were in our lives, if we had to struggle, if we were on the grind, if I were a carpenter, would you love me anyway? And the answer is always yes. Johnny and June, country music's greatest love story, and it showcases in this song perfectly. That's at number 2. At number 1, Justin Moore, If Heaven Wasn't So Far Away, a song that gets to you the first time you hear it. Was originally recorded by Red Akins in 2006. Didn't chart for him, but Justin Moore took it all the way to the top of the charts in 2011, and it is an absolutely incredible, heartfelt song all about crossing that mortal divide and what you would do if heaven wasn't so far away. If you were able to go there and spend a day in heaven, what would you do? And for the singer of this song, it's seeing his grandfather, seeing an old uncle, giving a hug to the girls we lost from the class of 99, even going back and talking to Hank Williams and Janis Joplin, but just that thought of what you would be able to do if you could spend a day in heaven and talk to the people who've gone on before you. If heaven wasn't so far away, great one from Justin Moore. That is my number 1 if song in country music. We've got another Top 5 headed your way next week. Make sure you're back here at the same time next week to check it out. Top 5 Tuesday. I'm Jeff Dick. Have a great day.